This is and she almost stopped existing. The time for my first Draw This in Your Style is running out. Due on January 1st. Join on Instagram or YouTube to win your very own drawing drawn by me for free. You've all been waiting for this. Redesigning old OCs. By far my most popular video. Let's get started. I don't really have anything else to say, so let's do what I just said. Character number 1. People who have watched the last Redrawing Old OCs video will know that Rachel, the last character from my last video, had a best friend, and I teased the design of that best friend in the next video. This is the next video, so this is that best friend's design. Her name is Cassie, and I drew her ever so slightly more often than I drew Rachel. She was definitely the nicer and shyer one of the two, almost to the point where she's very stereotypical. Makes sense for a first OC though. Then I made her a redesign for Art Fight of 2022, and I don't like it. But what I have learned is that the earrings are cool, and she likes space now. The space interest is useful because of the previously mentioned personalityless personality. Suddenly has some personality to it. Also, I'm going to interpret this facial expression as she gets excitable about her interests, which honestly is so real and true. As of writing the script, I have two concepts in mind for this design. One involves her tying her hair into these two long buns, and the other one has her classic long pigtails, just with some brown hair mixed in there. The funny thing is, right after I wrote that, I made the blonde part of her hair in the second design light blue, and it kinda worked better, so I stuck with that. I also think the dark blue/purple heterochromia works in my favor because it gives her some more visual interest. I've decided to feature her glasses more prominently in the design because in one of them she has glasses but none of the others. And I need more characters with glasses. I just need them. I don't know what color I'm gonna make them. I just know she needs glasses. Her and Rachel, I feel like they're gonna have a very similar dynamic to what they had before at the end of this, but different. I actually haven't thought about it very much. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Character number 2. I cannot keep you waiting any longer. You saw the title of this video. This is Ariana, and she almost stopped existing. I first found her when I was scrolling through the 3DS camera roll. I wasn't expecting anything by going through there, but I found these pictures of me's I didn't know existed. Forgive me for injecting some games into your weekly art video, but Tomodachi Life for the 3DS is the only reason she exists. I found her in my 3DS camera roll, and I thought she was as good as dead since I reset that island long ago, and there's a new island on 3DS now. A completely different save file. But then she came back. Based on her outfit in the image, I could infer that Ariana was a traveler. A traveler means that the me that was born on the island, an unpleasant thought I know, but this is how you complete the game. And then instead of choosing to house her in your big apartment, you choose for her to become a traveler, going around to other people's islands before eventually going back home to tell the home island about it and stuff. But what happens when you reset that home island? When that home doesn't exist anymore? Apparently, when you have a traveler who is traveling and you reset your island, they can come to your island on the same 3DS. But what happens when they need to go home? Well, they can't. Since that island doesn't exist anymore, they are stuck in a constant cycle of going to other islands before leaving shortly after. I think she's trying to go home because I haven't seen her in a while. I took this whole story into account when redesigning her. This case is unique because there's no old drawing to go off of, only a 3D model. The model was completely generated by the game based on whoever her parents were, and I just went along with it. A few weeks ago I made a design for her previously, and compared to when she first left the island, she is not doing so great. The way I think about it, she definitely thinks her home is still out there. I saw her talk about home in game, and she asked me to write a message to her home island. She doesn't know it's gone, and I don't want to tell her it's gone. I think she's going crazy for traveling for... Wait, how long is it? Oh, I just checked, and it said she started traveling in 2033. You heard me right, there is no typo, 33. I didn't realize 11-year-old me would change the time in the system settings like that, but that makes everyone on the island time travelers. I don't think she knows she time traveled to 2023. She never mentioned any time traveling to me. Now that I've written 10 paragraphs on why this character has an interesting story, I like to think that the character design is done. Definitely unhinged, but it stays pretty true to the source material. Character number 3. The next OC is Hannah, and she's kind of just a little forest dweller girl. I think the only reason she exists is because I had a mood ring in 6th grade, and I really liked how the colors looked. And so I made like a forest dwelling girl, apparently. Don't ask me, I don't know. Something tells me I want to put her in the same world as Cleo from the first video, for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I think they would have some chemistry. They're both the only characters from their respective story, so I feel like merging the two wouldn't be too much of a problem. It makes me think of a sort of extremely high-tech area, right next to like a forest. They both wander off from where they live, and they meet each other in the middle. And then they have to figure out what they're doing, I guess. It sounds pretty interesting to me. Tangent aside, when I was drawing a concept, I realized, hey, if she lives in the forest, why does she want or have a red cape? Trees are green, you know. I could have done some interesting lore with that, but I decided to change the cape to green. I could probably do some interesting lore with that anyway. I also gave her these 3 decorative golden bows that I think she thinks are cute, and, you know, agreed. Now that I have come up with a narrative with Hannah and Cleo, the concept outfit I made is kind of implying that Hannah had previously successfully ran away and is coming back to her city for some reason. Could it be interesting to play around with that? Maybe she's helping other people leave? I also tied her hair into 2 braids. It seems more convenient to survive in the forest that way. In the one old image I have of her, I interpreted her facial expression as Hannah being spotted and having a bit of a panic attack. I would want to give Hannah anxiety, but I feel like in this situation, Cleo would have a much higher anxiety level, because she's never done this before and Hannah has. And with that out of the way, I think this video is over. Thanks for watching. Join my Draw This in Your Style. Have a good day. Happy Christmas. Merry New Year. Merry Holidays. Yeah. Bye bye.